Hey, what's going on, guys? Look, I'm not crazy, so I wanted to make this video and just kind of show people where I'm coming from with this whole Q thing, and kind of explain my posts recently on Facebook for those that care. But the biggest thing is, I want to show people why I'm not crazy. Okay, so if you give me within 10 minutes, I will show you why I'm not crazy. Um, first off, being because I'm on here, I have actual screenshots that I'm going to do. I didn't want to scroll through the Q page, but this is what the Q page is. Real quick, I'm going to make this really quick. At the summit, there was a missile attack. We were warned of the weather, to watch the weather prior. There's something, I'm not even going to go into this because this isn't even, it just happened to be where it was on. I saw this. Um, but this is the missile. This is the missile right here. You can actually see the video. Somebody on YouTube's got it where you can actually watch it. This night camera, it's real dark. When this happens, it gets real bright, right as it happens. So this is all looks lit up, but this right here is a missile, and you can actually see it on the top. They deny this. Go look up on the around, I think it's the 10th of June. Go look up missile launch and off Washington Shore, and you'll see other reports talking about debunking, saying that there wasn't a missile shot and things like that, and that there was a helicopter reflection. Somebody said it was a meteor. Things like that. Guys, go watch that. Open your eyes to the fact that there was a missile launch on that day, the same day that Q and them are posting that they're over on the way to the summit. So the summit happened that day. That's kind of where I was starting off at. So, go look into that. I'm not digging in it. It's not what I'm talking about right this second, but it does bring up a good point. Because the summit, I'm just going to prove to you real quick that we knew about North Korea way before. Basically, they even came out and said it was happening to us. I think they were still calling each other rocket men and stuff, right around the same time. Sorry, pictures aren't coming up. Oh, there we go. Let me get on there. Sorry. Get back to the beginning. All right, so real quick, I'm going to bang these out. I'm not going to read all this. This is, what is this? Oh, this was recently. This is why I'm doing this, first of all. Again, we have now undeniably verification of the self. Basically, he's an inside source. He's proved it. He's called it out. Mainstream media, clown army are full attack, which they have been, guys. I mean, we're seeing that. We're seeing the push. I think I counted 5 this week alone over the last 2 weeks, including the freaking time cover. The time cover, which is falsely making a false accusation based on the image. Whether the story behind it has any leg to stand on is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they are using false media. They're saying that Manafort got manslaughtered while Trump signing the thing on ABC News. That's a fact. That's out there. And they don't know how it happened. That's a fact. So that's kind of stuff that they're talking about right there. Conspire no more. Conspiracy no more. So we'll call it a conspiracy theory. One of my best friends calls me a conspiracy theorist. I hate it. But not. We conspire no more. I'm being told that this is legit. This is just a fraction of what I'm showing you. It's what I've learned and what we know. I mean, I'm just skipping dates. This is just one right here that tells you why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, hop right in real quick. Basically, he's asking, will North Korea be shut down? Who controls North Korea? Is there leverage there? Remove the leverage, capture flag, and the rule. So basically, this is summing up this back in December 22nd. He's summing up telling you that North Korea is not in control, and he's asking us who is in control. Basically, he knows the answer. He's letting us know that it's not North Korea, though. So, moving right along, this was on the 7th of January. We got this code, DEFCON 1. It freaked everybody out. In the QChan boards, this is all posted a little bit differently. You can see comments and replies. So then he had to hit us with the DEFCON, refers to defense. Basically, our thoughts clear, making sure that we know that it's, not a nuclear attack on us or anything like that. So he alerted us this. This is on the 7th and 8th. This is 5 days before. Hawaii missile alert that went on for 38 minutes, if anybody remembers that. So there was a missile alert that went off in Hawaii, 38 minutes, accidentally turned on, so the story was told. But that's not the story. That's not the true story, and we've known that it's not the true story. So the true story is, this is the 13th. This is the day it happens. Mainstream media is coming in a big way. We see all, we hear all, fight, fight, fight. So I'll get back to that right there. The conspiracy push coming. So they're telling us back in January that there's this big push coming because Q was being basically ignored by all these people, the deep state or whatever you want to call it, whoever they're fighting, Hillary and them. They're basically ignored everything to do with them. But now it's becoming too hard not to ignore because they were all watching. Because he actually talks to them in some of these. They're all watching. He knew they were watching, and that's why they kind of talk like this sometimes. But fake news, basically, they're calling it out, guys. This is why I'm so big on the news thing right now. It's because my eyes are open to it, and there's so much bias out there. It's in a bad way. And it started at the debate. If you go back and watch the debate between Hillary Clinton and Trump. So anyway, January 2018. This is the pen that he signs the deal with in North Korea. Now, he's saying, look familiar? It doesn't. Not yet. Note the desk. I never got that reference because we didn't get the desk reference later. I think maybe this would be a wider picture, and then later when it was done, they didn't go that wide. Where is everybody this weekend? So it's basically saying, asking where they were. I think they were in Asia. I think they basically stopped off in North Korea and had to talk something. So the pen's laying down, talking about there's a deal going to be done. Back in January. There's the pen. Just for proof of that, it's the same exact pen. It's the higher up. It's laying on the notepad with the signatures. This is May 19th. That's when the summit was actually done. Let's see here. This is okay. So this is basically, why do I have this one in here? I think this was for something else, but it does some good information in here, talking about funding and basically bringing Barack Obama into it. He's saying Hillary Clinton. They must be terrified right now. So they're saying, they're calling this out. This is right before this. This is one that happened during the missile thing. So something was happening on 5 or 6 days later that they knew about, apparently. I'm not going to get into this either right now. It's not the point of this video. I want to just give you guys what I'm seeing and why I'm such a believer. So here it is. Here's the cake. So after they had a chance, there's a DOJ dump file that happens anytime there's a missile alert. Any imminent threat. So there was an inbound missile coming to Hawaii for 38 minutes. Created a dump file for all the Department of Defense and all the secretary, all the stuff. Secretary, I'm sorry guys, I'm looking at too much stuff. Basically, everything was dumped. All the email servers, all the files, all the text. That's where the IG report came from. And this is all talked about after these texts and things as we go up in the months after Q. So we've been privileged to this kind of information for a long time. Not only that, but also the links and things that he's pointing to in these statements. What happens to the FBI? What happens to the Department of Justice? This is basically after the dump. This is them coming in, boasting their chest. What would happen if the original text messages of the FBI and several internals discussed in the assassination possibility of the POTUS member or his family, which is a true story. I think that's one of the texts that's missing because I don't think that was in the one that came out. But they are searching for these other texts. They know there's texts missing that were damning. So what did the text suggest? Foreign allies were involved. Forget the Russia setup, basically, because the IG report's going to basically prove that that was a setup. So they're letting you know that this is the stuff that they got during this missile dump. So that's what was going on in Hawaii. Fake news tells you nothing. You're not going to hear that there. I'm telling you, Q was telling you this then. And again, you guys, this is paused. You guys can pause this for each of this. There's good. No, he can't sleep. I mean, he gets into the big thing, but I have a couple more, and I want to try to get this in within 10 minutes. So ask yourself, North Korea participate in the Olympic Games this year because they're free. It's basically what he's telling you. The connection between the companies or the countries are strong at this point, and this is back in February. So this is after the deal was pretty much done. They've agreed. We released, basically, they tell us that we released him. Again, you guys can free this or pause that and read it, but I'm running out of time here for my 10 minutes. I was looking for, right here. Ask yourself what, here we go. This is the one I was looking for. Why did Korea come together as a country, North and South? What occurred in Asia, just prior to the Olympic Games? What did freed mean? Or what does freed mean? So basically, they freed him over there in North Korea. We freed him. Did we want war? No, we didn't want war. Who was trying to start war? Hillary Clinton, which he points out in another post about World War III, and that was the plan. We were supposed to go to nuclear war with them. He didn't want war, but that's where it was supposed to be. So they cut the ties. They basically released Kim Jong back in here, and this is all in February. And there's so much more, guys. But like I'm saying, I'm just trying to open you up. If I can open a couple people's eyes up to the fact that what this guy's telling us is legit sources. There's so much more. I can't even get to it all without making this video long and so much more than it needs to be. I'm just telling you guys, there's a reason. Everything he's saying so far is coming true. He's telling us the mainstream media is bullshit. He's telling us that the mainstream media is lying, covering up. We're seeing it happen. I've never seen 5 events like this happen in 2 weeks. So that's all I got, guys. I'm not crazy. Please, bear with me. This is all be over soon. I'll stop the texts. Let me see. Is there anything else I want? Yeah, I think that's it anyway, guys. I think so. I'm sorry, I was reading something. But basically, that's the sum of everything right there. I'm not. I just want people to open their eyes to this and see that this kind of stuff is real, and what this guy's talking about, instead of reading it in a newspaper or reading a headline that was created by the mainstream media, the same mainstream media that we're told to watch out for and not listen to. That's who he's telling us not to listen to, and then people are reading the propaganda that they're telling us not to listen to, debunking Q, and in prime fashion, he comes out after he let them debunk him and say that he's not a natural source. He comes out and basically proves that he is with Trump, letting him know at least that the source is legit. Not that I'm a Trump fan or supporter. I'm saying it proved legitimacy where everybody said he didn't have it. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys. Anybody did tune in to watch this, and I hope it opens somebody's eyes.